Would it be
And
Hazelton?
and geese and ducks from like Chicago or someplace. They came in on the train. But before that, he went around to all the different farmers and took their orders of what they wanted, the chicks.
Oh.
And so when the chicks came in, they came in on the train, and then he took them to like behind where this store was, and sorted them all out, and then used a horse and buggy or a horse and wagon, and took them all around and sold them that way.
Okay, we need introductions so we know who we're talking to.
I'm Curt Turner. I'm Claude and Erma McMillin's grandson,
Okay,
and Myrna Turner and Don Turner's son.
okay. Over here.
Carol Moe-Stewart. I'm Carolyn's daughter and the granddaughter of Claude and Erma McMillin.
Okay.
Are you rolling?
I am.
Okay, so my brother told me. So Grandpa had a poultry business and behind the store, and like Curt said, he had chicks and whatnot. But like my brother said that, well, my mom told me too that they would use this to weigh the eggs,
Sure.
to know which size they were, I guess. And then this would have been like a chicken feed.
Mhm.
According to my brother, Jeff, this would have been the container that they would have had like penny candy in the store. It sat on my mom's counter in Sioux City for 40 some years or however long, whenever she got it after the store. And it was our cookie jar.
Cool.
And then my brother said this would have been on the counter, and it's like a change holder, so $50 or dollar coins, 50-cent pieces, quarters, dimes, and then I'm not sure what went
Okay.
in there.
I've never seen one of those.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and I 100% don't know about some of this
Okay,
stuff.
that's all right, whatever you can tell us.
Well, this is a matchbook holder that would have been used to light the fire on their stove. This is a scale that they would use to, I'm not sure what they would have for sure weighed on that. I don't for sure know what this is. An ice pick?
Maybe.
Like do you know? Looks dangerous, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
This is like an iron, like the iron you would set the iron on.
Yep, we
when it
have a
was
couple of those
warmed
irons.
up on the, just like old pair of scissors. I think this is like for, I'm not 100% sure. I think, wouldn't they have used this to like crimp your,
Pastry, maybe?
I mean, it could be a pastry thing. I don't know. It says American Machine Company,
Oh,
Philadelphia. I don't know for sure. what
that sounds
is.
more mechanical
Yeah,
than cooking.
yeah. I wonder.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah, and then, so Griswold is, help me out.
Well, it's a very famous cast iron.
Yes, so Claude McMillin's mother was a Griswold, and this is a Griswold. I'm not sure exactly what.
It's a stove plate, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
'Cause- And
Griswold-
Griswold is known for their cast iron.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. This is an apron for my brother said that they would get the poultry from the Wapsie Poultry Feed, the feed store, I guess. This is probably too much for you, but the one thing that will kind of tie into what Curt has over there is the tools that my grandfather would use. He had a big butcher block, and he would,
I think when you were here before, you told us about the butcher block, that your mom had it.
Yes.
And then sold it.
she couldn't bring it to Urbandale, so she sold it in her auction. But it's,
Oh, wow.
yeah, like a sharpening.
Big old
And then a
cleaver.
big, yes. I think that's it for right at the moment. 'Cause
Okay.
all this other stuff is like little stuff, paper
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. Who's next?
I guess I can. To tie in with what Carol's got, This was a saw that he used to, I remember I went down there a couple times, to saw the beefs in half and then quarter them down to whatever. So that's what this is, and then another steel to sharpen the knives. And then this was, for a long time, a door guard that was on the front of the store, the screen door. So it said, you know, that, and then thanks.
Oh,
call again.
cool.
And then this is a McMillin General Store 30-year anniversary knife that they gave out to everybody that came into the
Nice.
store. And then he had, I don't know if everybody remembers, but he had a big bill machine like in the back where his desk was. And this is just one of the paperweights that he used to hold the paper down. And then this is a bell that was on the back of the bank. And this bell went to a motor or a float that when the water came up too high, this bell would go off. And then when I was the cop, they just told me when we ever heard that, you called the mayor because the town's gonna flood. So then they would come down and
Early warning.
early warning. So somehow my mom got that. I'm not gonna say how she got it. So.
And it was in the neighborhood, right?
This goat was to the front door of the store.
Oh, nice.
So I'll put
That's
that on.
beautiful.
And then, Grandpa had a big trunk, and I was going through the trunk one time, and I found this. I don't know why they had it, but it's C.H. Dunkerton.
Well, I think he had a store in that same
So
building.
maybe Grandpa took it down
Yeah.
when he
So that
took
would have
over the
been
store.
Charles
Yeah.
Dunkerton. Yeah.
So that's pretty old.
Yeah, that's neat. Wow. These are treasures.
And then you guys probably have a bunch of these,
We do have a few. Yeah.
but do you have a pre-production one?
No. We
This
don't.
is a pre-production one that they gave Grandpa because he, gave a lot of money to do the belts.
To do them.
So this is what they gave him for appreciation.
Nice.
So I don't know if you guys want this or not.
Well, we can tell the story about it.
So, and then I found this. This is a Boy Scouts of America certifying that they have an American Legion post there, and it's got Arthur Holdeman, Claude McMillin, and Glenn Cowlishaw and Linford Bowers, and it's dated. Where's the date? I think okay, December 31st, 1942. So
Wow.
like 3 weeks after Pearl Harbor.
Wow.
And there's another one under here of another date of
Okay.
another different troop.
All right.
And then let's see. This is some of the stuff that I asked if you guys wanted or not. Dunkerton Police Department patches. I mean, they go back from the ratty ones that we first started with,
Yeah.
and then we went to this one, and I didn't like it, so we got rid of that one. And then we went back to this one for a while. Then we got this one, this style, and then I designed the one that they have now. So that was like 30 years ago, and they still have that one.
So what's your year span?
My span, 83 to 94. Then I went on to Department of Corrections. This is the first pair of handcuffs I wore here. And then before that, when I was going to school, the summer I got out of school, I was a security guard for country. And you guys are gonna kill me, but I did have the full script. And I threw it away.
Oh, no.
A long time ago. So these are the day sheets that they would give us to let us know where they needed the security, what kind of shots they were going to do that day, and all that kind of stuff. So, and then this is the security guard agency that I worked for. That they hired us to not only do the site security, but go into Waterloo where Sam Shepard was and
Jessica Lane.
Jessica Lane was, and protect them because there was something going on. I can't remember what it was. And then I got, you asked for another one, but my FFA jacket. This is like 1977, something like that. And then a fire department jacket that I never wore. This is from like, what, Guido, what, 90s?
Yeah, early 90s.
And then one of my first police department
Wonderful.
shirts. So that's all for me.
Now, do you have a picture of you in that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would like one.
Young one my sister took of me when I was like young, really young, and then a little bit older, right before I left.
Yeah,
I'll
we would
bring
like,
those.
we would like those. Okay. What's next?
Jackie?
Sure.
I have a lot here.
I'm Jackie Miller. My grandparents were Claude and Erma McMillin that had the store in town. And this is a scale they used in the store to, I was young when I'm not sure exactly what all I suppose fruits, vegetables, I don't know. But it was used in the store and my mom got it when they passed away, and then I've had it for 12 years and figure it's better up here than on my shelf.
Wonderful.
And this is a can stamper. Like, we'd stay all night and get to stamp all the cans and change the numbers. It was always fun to do that. And this is just ink pad and stamper that he used on.
For the checks?
Yeah.
So tell us, so in the summers, would you come?
Oh, so we live in
Jeff?
Sioux City,
Yeah.
so we would only come to Dunkerton Christmas time, and then my mom would bring me here in the summertime.
When your brother was young, he would come up for
Yeah,
almost all summers.
yeah. But I only got to come like a week. But one of my
Yeah.
favorite memories
was doing
was
that.
getting to stamp the cans. It was
Yeah.
like the best thing. And then my grandpa would wheel me around. He had a big red two-wheeler, and he would wheel me around.
You mean
The
The cart.
two-wheel? What did I say?
What do you call that? A trot?
Dolly.
Two-wheel
Dolly.
dolly.
Yeah.
It was a red dolly, the
Yeah.
two-wheel
And
dolly,
you
and he would
stamp
roll me
cans
around.
on.
And then
Yeah.
we had this toilet paper pincher thing that they would use to get the toilet paper
Yeah, I
off
have
the
that
ledge.
still. I'm not donated it yet.
Okay.
I don't wanna get rid of that yet.
You use your.
I have the one from the store. Yeah. Somebody else has the other one. I don't know who. They got in the sale, but my mom got one, so.
My brother
But I
would,
will donate that sometime.
Okay.
Carol Rigdon got that.
I don't know who has it, but there was
Oh.
two that got the toilet paper down.
my brother would stick me on the shelf and leave me up there, and then,
Yeah. Jeffy's got.
he would.
Come and torture you?
But I also have here, sorry,
Oh, we
you have
got
one
a
more thing, my
picture.
bad.
This is just if you wanna use this in the museum, but it's I'm not sure what year that was. It was one of their anniversaries, probably 30 or I don't know, but you can display that if you want.
We will. That's beautiful.
On to go.
This is I found the lease agreement between Adele Dunkerton and Claude McMillin in April.
So that was for the store.
March of 1937. They were going to lease it. It says this lease is made subject to the purchase of the stock of merchandise now owned by C.S. Lamb.
Okay.
And then I also have here the bill of sale by Claude Lamb, and they paid $52.70
Wow.
for the store in April of 1937.
That's awesome.
I have an ad, like a autumn thrift days ad from the store back in August. Doesn't give a year, but August 23rd, but it's all the different, they were having like a penny sale apparently. And yeah, sorry, cut the tape. I don't know. I don't like. There's literally so much stuff in here. I don't know what to do with it. There's articles upon articles of like when they sold their like the sale of their store, like they're going out of business thing. There's an article in here about the fire, the arson fire that was. I don't know. You
What
guys-
year was that, do you know?
The fire.
77.
Oh,
There's an article in the newspaper about the McMillin Store closing after 40 years. Just a picture of all the people that were lined up to buy stuff, and then my grandma and grandpa. I don't know. There's just tons of stuff in here. I feel like there's, you probably already have this.
I think we do.
Okay.
Teresa?
A cookbook from 2000, Dunkerton United Methodist cookbook.
We have a
from
red one,
1972.
I think.
One of those. Dunkerton Centennial.
Got that one?
You have that
Mhm.
one?
That's cookbooks.
History of County Parks, Blackcock Conservation Board.
I think we actually have one of those too.
This is my grandfather's. Country Amish, Buchanan County. And then you have, I've got her yearbooks.
Okay.
I think you said you have a lot of them except for the real early
Yeah,
ones. So
we're
this
missing
would be
about-
54 to 57.
Okay,
I have all those.
I think we do. Teresa?
I don't know what to do with this stuff. A plate, probably have this one.
We do.
We've got old postcards.
We don't have those.
You what?
We don't
don't have those.
Okay, these are pretty cool. These are from all of a variety of years, but some of the earliest were 1908. There's
Oh,
a
wow.
1910 to Florence McMillin, which would have been my
Cookbook, so we
Great.
don't have that.
Great grandma?
Who Florence help me out? Florence McMillin would have been
Claude's mom.
Claude's mother.
mother?
Yes.
Grandma Matt.
Grandma Mac, there we go,
Oh, okay.
that's what yeah. But just a variety of cards, and they're
Uh-huh.
just beautiful. But this was how, and the stamp on it is 1 cent, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Variety of like Easter, Christmas, birthday, variety of things, but, so those are pretty cool.
Is that what you wrote up?
Hand truck.
Or no?
No, I don't think I wrote on
No,
that
it's
one,
just-
no,
I thought
no. This was my grandmother, Erma. Her mother and father, Hattie and. Do you remember? Shoot, there are pictures in here somewhere. Hattie and. Well, yeah, died early. Oh, well, they died very young. My grandmother was, it's all in the obituary. There's an obituary in here somewhere, but they died really young. But this was the sale of their land.
They were orphaned.
Yes, her and her sister Iva were orphaned at a very young age. And then I've got a calendar from, so McMillin Grocery calendar. So this must have been later because the phone number was 4621 and the early phone number was 51. Because, was this Marcia's?
Yes, Dax found in the back of a phone book, I think.
No, but I mean, does, like, the actual item, do they want, it somehow ended up in my box.
Maybe, I don't know for sure what they were about.
Okay, so you can take a picture of that, I guess.
Okay.
but Might not be for donation.
Okay, I'll get a picture after.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, so this is like just a McMillin Grocery calendar from 1976.
Neat.
Just a couple of them. Must have been like a giveaway, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay.
All I don't want to bore you with all this other stuff. Like,
Good.
there's a lot of just articles and clippings and obituaries, and there's another article of them closing their store. I'm not sure if this is anything you guys are wanting. Okay, good. This is Claude McMillin when he was a baby.
Cute.
Number one school? I don't have any idea, like, where that's actually at, though.
Well, it's not Bennington number 1 because there would be a window on each side.
Okay.
And that's the one that we are working on outside.
Oh, okay, all right,
So that'd be maybe Leicester 1.
okay. And that's Erma, when they're younger. That's probably when she was, be a high school graduate. Do you guys know these pictures? Is this like a family picture, or is this like a picture my mom picked up at an auction somewhere? Do you guys recognize these? So this could
Almost
not.
looks like the farmhouse if we take pictures in front of it. There's nothing written. I don't know.
There's nothing written on the back.
No, unfortunately. No, darn it. This is a history of Dunkerton by Marie Bowers. Do you have that? You do? Okay. Was she the one that did the painting that I gave you?
No.
Babe.
Babe Kaufman. And that's one of Babe's paintings right there. Marie was Linford Bauer's wife, had the drugstore. Marie Bauer.
Okay. Another postcard that will go in that bag. This has just like, unfortunately I don't have, that's Carol Rigdon.
Okay.
I don't know all these, but they're just like, they would have been, I think they're like some prom pictures from 1957. I don't have names on the back of these, unfortunately, but it looks like their theme was like a ship. And there's some graduation pictures from 1957. That's what a lot of these photos are from, but unfortunately there's not names on the back of all of them. So I'm not sure if that's helpful. It's probably not helpful to you. I think
Well, we may group these together if we can tell it's from the 1957 and just, do it as a group.
Yeah.
Saying this is prom.
And they went on a class,
Graduation.
there's a picture of them on a bus. They went, I think, because,
So this would be your mom's, Carolyn? Okay.
who was the guy that came up to the cemetery? Did you catch his name? George, what? Yep, George Jensen. He came up and then he came over to the community hall and talked to me a little bit, and I was showing him some pictures. Actually, one of his senior pictures was in this
Oh,
pile,
is it?
so I gave
Okay.
it to him. But they went to Chicago for their senior trip. And I think there's some pictures in here of like the zoo, like they went to a zoo. I don't know who that is, but it's one of the classmates of my mom's. Dick, I don't know who Dick was. Belda, that was another friend of my mom's, Belda. My mom's nickname was Tinkles.
Oh.
I don't know why. Not sure I want to know. But anyway, so these are all like photos of her graduation and
Okay.
stuff like that. That's my mom.
Well, and we can
Carolyn.
also link the video to this to kind of explain what the pictures are.
Okay. But yeah, there's some other people in here that I'm not really sure. That's Carol Rigdon, who's also gone now. Anyways, that's kind of all I've got.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna switch over here.
That's what, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Introductions.
Yeah, so,
We're videoing. Is that okay? He looks a little nervous.
We're gonna video you, just.
So
if you
we can
just
tell the
us-
stories.
Yeah, you're good. About the store itself.
And introduction first.
Okay, an introduction first. So
Tell us who you are.
He's like,
Clifford G. McMillin,
Okay.
the son of Claude and Erma, that owned the grocery store in Dunkerton for 100,000 years. I don't know what year they started, but it was all groceries to begin with, and then Bowers was set right next to Dad's store, and Linford Bowers moved across the street, built a new place.
Yep.
Dad bought his place, and then he put in shoes and clothes and everything you can't think of. Anyway, that was it.
and in the back?
I was in the back of the
Like-
store.
The back of the grocery store?
Yeah,
Wasn't any chickens back there.
okay, so that was across by the bank?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, no, he never put any chickens back there. Basically, it was a place to dump the 100-pound potato bags and then stack them up in 10 10-pounders. I got stuck with that job once in a while.
Walk-in cooler, what did you have, what did he have in his cooler?
Outside in the dock, boxes of carrots, boxes of all kinds of stuff, and then he'd get in, open it up, take some inside, because there was 2 refrigerators in the house, 2 or 3 as you walked in. One had ice cream in it, and the other one had vegetables in it, and then he had a meat block clear in the back where he cut meat up.
Okay.
And I did like to do that, but he didn't let me do it much.
Your, the best job, what did you really like to do?
Get out of the store.
And the worst job that you had to do?
At night, get boxes of grocery, or boxes of soybeans, or not soybeans, it was peas, corn, whatever, stack them on the shelf. I didn't care for that too much, but it was mainly, Dad was pretty particular, but Mom wasn't, and I just liked the idea of going to co-op and working, and going to farmers and working. If I could go out and help put bales in the barn, or if I could help shell corn, I was happy for that.
So tell us where you lived.
When we lived at the store, we lived above the store.
Okay.
And there was 2 sets of stairs, one on the outside, on the east side, and then one inside the store. You went down, and once in a while, I'd open the door from the kitchen and let my cat run downstairs at night, but wasn't supposed to be down there. But they did. It happened after I was born, but they did put a bathroom in upstairs, beside the stairs. It wasn't there before. They used to have to go down the stairs and go to an outhouse out back. So that was a long walk.
Mm-hmm. At night,
Yeah, yeah.
in the winter.
In the winter. And they were, I don't know what year they put that in. It was sometime in the 50s, I think, but I don't know.
What were the hours of the store?
It depended on, 7, they'd be downstairs by 7 or 7:30 and usually close at 5, but people called and asked for this or asked for that, and then he charged. You could charge just about anything there, and then Grandma or Mom would do the paperwork, and then they put it in the cash register in the slot, and he'd get it out and go through it and add your total up and send you a bill once a year. No, he tried to do it once a month, but it didn't always work out. It was funny, I'm not complaining, but when they had the sale after the fire, and I was helping move stuff, there was a lot of bills. Not, 29 cents, 39 cents, just ridiculous. Person's name on it, it was just funny to go through it. I may not remember everything, but it was funny.
So ones that didn't get paid, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they were, we just lost them. And they never paid any attention to them until they moved and Mom died, and then we moved some more stuff. Anyway. But it just was funny to look at that and see somebody's name you know real well and they owed $1.29 or something, And he didn't sell cigarettes. I mean, some cigars, I think.
And chewing tobacco.
Huh?
And chewing tobacco.
Chewing tobacco
Wow.
and no booze. No beer or, of course, one of the taverns is right next door. His store, Bowers is in, and Speed's Tavern, so
Okay,
didn't want to cut into anybody else's business.
sure.
And he was on the town council quite a few years and got off. And he loved the Charma Park. He spent a lot of time down there.
When they showed movies, did you guys,
My mom said she got stuck popping popcorn. She had to pop, what?
That was at the
I
hall.
was at the hall, but she must
Why
have,
wasn't
Oh,
there
the
a-
community hall.
Yeah.
but you still, maybe, yeah, you
Yeah.
were saying that.
Yeah, there was a popcorn maker back down there. And there was, in the community hall, there was a big thing, it was bigger than that wood thing, but you opened it up and there was roller skates in it from size 00 to 50, 54, and we would get down there and rent the skates and I don't know what it was, 15 cents maybe, I don't know, we'd have a good time going around circles. Wasn't too much to do in Dunkerton, roller skate, This was, if this is the same one, Dad had just one just like that. It was mounted on the storm door going into the store. And they didn't get, the first ones weren't quite as heavy. And one of them didn't get damaged. Some
So
kids that.
Did they deliver Wonder Bread out here? Did they deliver Wonder Bread? Because it
Yep.
was in Waterloo. Or did he have to go in and get it?
Nope, they delivered, well, in my era, they delivered Wonder Bread, they delivered Anderson Erickson milk.
Sure fine. Yes, Finch? Yes.
Yeah, Nash Finch was the store, was the place that delivered most of it. And Hoxie Fruit delivered a lot of stuff. They were on the fruit side. As far as I know, Nash Finch was still going when they closed the store. And Dad was he was a Circle store, which was the secondary of Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill was Nash Finch's main store. There was one over in Fairbanks, blah, blah, blah. But the Circle stores were a little lower. But,
So
and
how-
he would have had to remodel it to get to be Jack and Jill.
How often would they get a delivery? Was it
Once a week.
once a week?
Saturday morning.
And Nash Finch would, most of the time would come on Thursday and Hoxie Fruit would come on Tuesday.
Okay.
And I can't think of anyone else that delivered, remember?
Clean Made. Clean Made came and Wonder Bread did.
Yeah, you're right, the bread
They come every
manufacturers.
day.
Yeah, bread and buns and,
And you were not open Saturday, Sunday, I assume?
open Saturday,
Oh, you were on Saturday.
not Sunday though. Sunday was against the law. Ha. Yeah, and on Saturdays, my grandma Mac, until she worked in the store, and Claude and Erma, and Carolyn and Myrna, I didn't see them working so much because I was young and didn't pay attention. But,
So it was mostly family that worked in the store? You
Yeah,
didn't have
and
any
there was-
outside?
God, trying to think of some people that, Hogren, was it Mrs. Hogren? Lives up by Witzenberg's? Didn't she work there anyway?
Mostly family though?
Yeah, mostly family, but every once in a while there'd be somebody extra. And they never really went on vacation too much. Going on vacation was going to Hazelton. Or Wills, yeah. Mom taught school. She graduated, well, she didn't graduate. She went to 2 years of UNI to be a teacher. She taught over at Hazelton until they got married and then moved back, or moved in. And upstairs there was 2 bedrooms. Big long ones, Carolyn, Myrna, and then in Mom's and Dad's bedroom was Cliff. And then when girls moved out, I moved down. And you could open the window and sneak out the window. And
I don't know how he knows that.
Using his words carefully.
have sort of fun in Dunkerton.
That's awesome. Anything else?
I
Anybody can
have
think
just
of?
one story. When I was a policeman here, I had like at least 2 people tell me that when they were kids, that if my grandpa hadn't delivered food to them, that they probably wouldn't have made it.
Really?
And that he never asked for money. And I'm not gonna say the families, but I just always got to me that, you know, he did that, you
Yeah.
know.
And you did know your neighbors. I think that was, I mean, you did know who needed
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
help.
And he knew, yeah. They said that he came out there about starving and showed up there with boxes of food and just drove away.
There was 3 grocery stores in Dunkerton. Shimp, what was their first name? Peg Shimp by the barber shop, if you guys know where the barber shop was. And then, I forget now the name of the other one was?
Oldham's and Litchford.
Alderman. And, so there was a lot of people, the Amish come from a fair amount of miles. A lot of farmers come in, and town was gigantic, 600 people maybe. And when I got in high school and started playing baseball and football, my dad was there watching. Might be telling me I did something wrong because he used to do fast pitch, men's fast pitch. Anyway.
We good?
I think so.
Okay, well, thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you.
They both died shortly of typhoid fever.
Yeah,
What year was that?
484 people connected to Dunkerton, and we're not done.
I remember.
What year would that have been?
So Curt and
With the
Wapsie,
typhoid.
I think of you. Bears.
I don't remember when she was born, but she was less than 12. But she had a younger sister that was
Yeah.
Grandma's.
3 or 4 at the time, and then they got passed around to relatives, taking turns to take care of them over at Hazelton and Online.
So both of the parents died of typhoid fever?
Yeah, they were farming and they had something got in the well and
Dead horse. Wasn't it a dead horse? That's what they thought. That's the story I always
if
told.
they told you that, then I'm sure it's true. I can't remember. Oh, your mom told you that?
Yeah. Somebody buried a dead horse above their water system, and the water went through and got into their well and got all the grown-ups. That's what I was always told.
Did she ever say who they thought buried the horse? Hard to say, it could have been farmers.
And then when they sold the farm, Mom Iowa didn't get the money,
That's right.
relatives got it, they just got farmed out to all the different relatives.
Right.
Yeah, Mom didn't tell me that.
Yeah, they got none of
She
it.
had paid housing.
Which, we can do that, and just, so when it pulls for the year, we would. Another, yeah.
An auction.
Right, that's, if there's a family tie, we love it.
Yeah, it looks all like, looks like
No.
a stock photo, isn't it?
Oh, could be.
Well, if nobody here recognizes
The house
They're-
that,
yeah.
it must not.
And there's
be.
nobody in front of it.
When you had the picture spread out downstairs at the community hall, there were two pictures of a farmstead, and one of these looks familiar.
Oh, that was,
It was like in a
that's,
black and white photo.
yeah, that would have been like,
Yeah, when you were down.
it was grandma and her mother.
Okay, because there were some smaller photos, and like I said,
And I think
like
those
this
might
maybe
be
a
in
large
Yearbooks.
oiled version of it or something like that.
Okay.
Don't know.
Would you guys weigh
You
at the
tell them
store
about
with that
the
place?
scale more than I can.
This one here.
Good.
What was that?
What'd you
What
guys
did we-
weigh at the
So
store?
what did they
What
use the
weigh
scale
on that?
for?
Is it fruits and vegetables and things, or?
It was in the back by the meat collar. It wasn't, they didn't put meat on it, but it could have been for onions, potatoes,
Oh,
apples.
oh, yeah.
What about the hanging one that we saw earlier?
So these, even this,
Would
would
you
be
use
no.
this? Would they have used this to like weigh something?
That's pretty new, isn't
No, I mean, I wouldn't say it's pretty new.
it? I mean,
Does it have the weight? I don't know what that is. Yeah.
spring balance. I don't know, I don't think
You don't think they?
it was
Was
really
that when he was
used to
was
sell
that when he was
stuff.
like selling feed? Is that a feed?
Well, that could have been that.
A feed scale?
Somebody could have come in and,
In a bag or something?
it goes to, but it only goes to what, 25 pounds, so.
Would you use this to, would you guys do this with the, for the eggs? This is an egg
For
scale?
the what?
Eggs, like egg scale?
Ugh,
Did you have, egg? No?
Could have been,
You don't remember that?
oh yeah, it says egg, egg grading. So it was weighing,
Okay, so you're
probably to see if
size,
there's a
like-
chick inside,
Okay.
cause that did happen. And he did buy, if I remember early, he did buy some eggs from some Amish that brought them in. That's what I remember, but maybe that's not true.
Yes, he knows what that thing is, that's the corrugator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, ask that.
Do you recognize this?
Yeah.
Again, an off of an auction box. This was,
I don't know what the, I think it was back on the meat counter, or next to it.
Oh, maybe
That
tenderizing?
It could be a slice sheet, or not slice sheet,
Can
but
you take a picture of that and then?
Make chunks of
do
it.
an image search on Google?
Yeah.
So it comes out of
Yeah,
jail.
we'll do that.
There's the young, where's Noah? He's techie.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? Jeff claims that this was by the, I shouldn't say claims, but I mean, like Jeff said this was by, the cash register and you would put coins in
Oh.
it. Do you remember that?
yeah,
Okay.
they would sometimes put stuff in there so it was easier than
The cash register
hitting the
floor.
cash
Yeah.
register, cause that was a big deal.
Oh, that was my favorite part. Grandma would go ding, 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 and then I get to do the hand.
Pull the big
It's
lever,
like shot in a slot machine.
and then it come out, and hit you in the chest.
Somebody
Somebody did, okay.
And peek down on everybody in the store below, that we like to sit up and look out when we were here, watch people in the store.
The money they put in the freezer.
There
They
we
took
go.
it to the bank.
Cold
You went
cash.
to the bank on Friday. Money throughout the week, you put in a bag or, you know.
They had to keep the money because there's people come in with, $100 bills, and it took a lot to make change. A lot more people, not too many credit cards back then. And a lot of times he left a lot of the change in the cash register, and he left the cash register open most of the time. So if I wanted to get a quarter to go play pool, I could do it.
I think he was ahead of his time on that, cause I feel like I see that in stores now, like the cash register stays so people don't break it to get into it.
Yeah. Did you know Saturday Night Live did a skit on the store years ago? Nuclear warheads in Dunkerton, Iowa.
Yes,
And it was their store.
yeah.
And they fashioned them as kind of like what Grandpa looked like and stuff. It was pretty interesting. That we watched it.
I
as kids.
searched for that. I'm not sure
And
if
you
it
can
had
get
it
it
in
and
the
have it
museum.
in?
You can see the video.
Gary
Yeah,
Cooper.
Okay, well then